Okay, so yeah, hi. Hello, how are you? It's another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show, and today's special is we lost water pressure. We have electricity, we can do the show. The computer seems to be a little slow and sluggish at times, so we may get some weird tracking issues, but we'll deal with that. On the other hand, we had no water pressure at all for a while, because of course when the electric plants can't generate electricity, they can't power the water pumps for the municipal water, but that's taken care of now. We have water. We are currently filling up bathtubs in case we don't have water again for a while. So, you know. Thank you! This is a hat that makes a statement. The statement is... help me, I think. That's really the statement. I had a tuner. And then it got eaten by the legendary tuner cobra, a mythological creature that eats tuners. There it is. Always tune before the show. Tune because you like the audience. Things are beginning to melt out there. And we will actually be back to what we will call normal for South Texas, which is to say, further south than San Diego, California. We are way down south here in San Antonio, because the Earth is curved. There we go. Hey, all right. So, today is a sanity check show. I cannot guarantee anything, but we're going to try and have fun. The hat, also, this hat has been described not so much as a hat, as a letter of marque by my wife. I'm wearing it because I haven't been able to wash my hair. So, you know, just like a Renaissance festival. Okay, anyway, speaking of Renaissance festivals, I'll do the first song. I haven't done this one for a little while. Maybe I remember the verses. Maybe I don't. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got browner sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. I'm trying very hard not to beat the heck out of this thing, thinking I need to get that kind of volume. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town. And he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. Stands out in the crowd. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells. You can hear him come from a mile away on account that he wears bells. If I seem distracted, it's because I'm listening to the bathtub filling in. being mildly paranoid. I mean, you don't want to have a bathtub overflow when you're trying to save water. Do ya? Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my butt in person, then you'd know of whom I speak. For he dresses like a pirate. Now, if it's that unique. Yep, pirate. With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. Hey, McSmiley. And goggles with gears on them. Steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And big furry boots. Barbarian steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a great big hat covered in feathers. German hat. Landsknecht barbarian steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we never met outside of Faire, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess we'll end this song. There we go, and we're actually successful. I think we filled the bathtub. All right, so that is My Friend from Faire. The song that kind of started this whole mess when you get right down to it. So, because of the weird weather and the plague and a number of other factors, fairs and festivals are being rescheduled all over the place. If we are all properly and safely, or at least the majority of us are properly and safely vaccinated by the time summer rolls around, the fall and the autumn festivals should be just fine. Until that point, I'm a little paranoid. We are possibly going to go visit a fair or festival or two, depending on how the numbers are and whether or not we, which is to say myself and my lovely wife, without whom I would be dead in a ditch on fire, can get vaccinated. And that just depends on whether or not they're going to bring the vaccines over here to Texas and San Antonio, where we kind of need them because we have a lot of people here. But we're under new management. And there's a startling number of adults in this one. So I have faith, or at least hope. Alright, so the next song I'm going to do it's the return of one that I think a lot of y'all like. I know it's one of Kay's favorites, and Kay will catch this eventually. Kay is one of the fine folks who are working really hard to stay warm and dry and safe in this ridiculous blizzard event that's happening here in Texas. It was inspired by this cartoon right here. Check it out. This little comic strip over here from Cat's Cafe. Point over here. There it is. Cat's Cafe. Point there. There we go. I always keep forgetting this is like bass backwards here. And this came out... This was like pretty early in the process. This was like, I think about a month into the lockdown that happened last year, when we figured, it'll be 2 months and we'll be fine. But, I do like the song. And it is the kind of song you'd wind up doing like a 3-hour jam at some festival with, you know? Let me check my volume levels here. Okay, good. Platypus, Postman, postman. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail can make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood he's still not stuck, 'cause the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman, platypus postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat, yeah, they never sink because of their web feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the platypus postman glows in the dark. It's true! It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent green. I love that part. Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotremes. It was hard rhyming that. Platypus postman, platypus postman, platypus postman. Believe in the platypus postman. At the end, pretty. Oh my gosh! Yes. Hey, McSmiley, welcome to greetings from sunny southern Texas. It's gonna get above It's gotten above freezing. Things are melting out there now, which is good because we have no idea how to deal with any of this because we are darn near tropical. But that's all right. We'll get through it. And then we'll find the people responsible and we will beat the heck out of them. Because this is Texas and that's kind of how we do things. The next song is in fact a song by a Californian. Oddly enough. My friend, Unbridled Force of Destruction and Creation, and Scary Bus Driver. If you ever run into him, if you've never meet him in person, ask him to do the Scary Bus Driver. He actually did this as his audition for the Sea Dogs way back in the day. I cannot do it justice. Yeah, more sleet is coming. So, defrosters, heck, man, yeah. Well, it's not like foresight is really one of the hallmarks of this state, you know? We'll get through it. But my friend Quigley wrote this song called Captain's Log, and I remember when I started performing, it's like, I really want to be able to do that. And he sent me a recording of it, because him and Scratcher and Salty Walt of Salty Walt and the Ratlin' Ratlines, coming soon to a Festival of the Sea near you, if you're in the California Bay Area, recorded it. And then I knew what the song was. I knew what the notes were, too. And now I try very hard to do it, but there is a certain bit of drift, as they say, between what I do and between what he does and what I do, and that's because he is him and I am me. And he has forgiven me and says that I do have his approval to do the song. If you have never heard this song before, and a couple of you may not have, it'll be fun. But if you have heard the song before, it'll also be fun. Just imagine the reaction of the people who haven't. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. The captain was the toughest man whatever sailed the seas, until one thing finally struck him down, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, we sailed the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that none shall ever take his place till they find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jests, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we looked in the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events in written history. But no matter where we searched inside the vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. For the many logs that we did find, they all do look the same. But we never once found a piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Yes, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Preposterously pretty ending. Yes, something something, hell freezing over something something. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh. There are so many things we could say, and it's both difficult to explain and challenging, because I know that Amy and I, we're in a surprisingly decent position here. Thanks to a lot of due diligence and a lot of research, we are in a spot that doesn't get a lot of power outages, even with the rolling blackouts that have been happening all through Texas. Knock wood, we have been fairly unscathed. The water pressure thing was concerning because, well, although we have baby wipes, and I've done Renfair, so it's, I understand how this works. On the other hand, we like flush toilets, and I ain't digging an outhouse. So getting water back so that we could make certain plumbing things happen was good. We just have to get through to the weekend. So if you are in Texas, and Ashley, I know you are in Texas, and I hope that I hope the ant thing got taken care of. If nothing else, a stupid cold, hopefully, this killed off some of the ants. If you are watching this in Texas, stay warm, stay dry, stay hydrated safely. This too shall pass. Like a kidney stone, but this too shall pass. And I think that's the important thing there. And yes, I will be absurdist about it. I have no choice. It is a defense mechanism. It is because I laugh because screaming is still socially not that acceptable. Weirdly, you can stand outside in the middle of the night and just scream out into the darkness and people will just pass you by. But if you stand on the street corner and laugh, people will try to figure out what is wrong with you, which is weird. But there it is. Good, the ants are dwindling. That's important. Yeah, that was one thing. It's like, oh, at least there's no mosquitoes. Yes, they've all frozen. They're little teeny tiny mosquito sickles. The spiders are out there going to like the ice cream man. It's like, okay, that's nice. That's a mental image I will now carry for the rest of my life, is the idea of a spider holding up a mosquito by its stinger and eating it like a bomb pop. And now it's a mental image you have to deal with too. You're welcome. The last song is definitely absurd. It is inspired by the many presentations of unsolicited advice you can find on the interwebs under a very specific brand name. It's so ubiquitous now that we don't even remember what TED stands for most of the time. But if you ever say something you feel is profound or really stupid, you may feel yourself motivated to end the statement with, "And thank you for coming to my TED Talk." This is, this song was in my head for a while. I couldn't figure out how to do it. It has a very Mike Nesmith kind of vibe to it. Fernando? That'll be yes, Fernando with a mosquito bomb pop. Sometimes the 30-second delay that happens between when I say stuff and when you guys actually hear it and then react to it comes back to me, and this is one of those moments. When I do this live, it's going to be so interesting and chaotic because I'll be able to banter directly, and there's going to be like immediate feedback. There's been some discussion of possibly setting up some kind of Zoom thing, which terrifies me because I would have to, try and stay focused. I have hard enough time staying focused while I'm trying not to read these while I'm playing. But the TED Talk does have, it's the return of the B chord. Yes, the B chord. If you play 6-string guitar, the B chord is the F chord. And the F chord is evil and must be destroyed. Now, on a ukulele, the F chord is easy. That's simple. F sharp, G, G sharp, which this will make a comeback when I do drink again, because I'm trying to break that out. However, this is the B chord. And the finger just stays on that string the entire time. Thank you all for coming, I sure hope you're doing well. We've gathered here together for the thoughts I've come to tell. Like how you all can change the world by changing your own mind. The scariest thing that you can do is try out being kind. By opening your eyes, your mind will begin to unfurl. Absurdists often find the truth, and incrementalists can change the world just slowly. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my talk. Sound of one hand clapping isn't when you slap your friend. The Marvel movies taught us all to stick around to the end. Alien abduction investigation should never, ever be called a probe. And the Flat Earth Society's members are scattered all around the globe. Think on that. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my talk. Now it gets weird. Waterproof that chicken and then give it a kazoo. That's how ducks were invented. This is God's own truth to you. Loves a small hidden alpaca up there in the ceiling vents. If you wait a moment, I'll show you folks just how to build suspense. Please hold now. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my talk. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, thank you for coming to my, Thank you for coming to my talk. And so he's come staggering in, bewildered, boggled, battered, bruised, possibly bloody, maybe bloated, definitely bloviating, to the conclusion of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. That's what it says up there on the other side of the microphone. That's right. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my show. Without y'all, this is very hard to justify. So your watching it validates what I do. And while I am, in fact, an introvert, I do require an ungodly amount of validation. It's very true. Well, we do live in a capitalistic society, so let's get this other stuff out of the way, of course. The tip jar is over here at PayPal.me/theadequate or Venmo @theadequate for you cool kids who use Venmo. Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda have all tossed some bucks in the bucket at one time or another. Some of them have done it more than once, which confuses me, but I'm appreciative. I'm also incredibly appreciative of my Patreon peeps at patreon.com/theadequate. Jen, Joe, Alexi, Austin, Chris, Teppo, Shay, Linda, Ann, Stephen, Rob, Alicia, Relly, BK, Richard, Brian, and Lorene. Thank y'all. Any money that comes in through any of this stuff goes to trying to make this stuff more technically sound from a show quality standpoint, which is to say the quality of the technology used to present the show. The quality of the performance, I don't know, man. I am not very good at this, and I am always bewildered that people will actually watch it, both live and in reruns. I'm very big in syndication. But you can find me all over the interwebs. I am at theadequate.com is your one-stop shop. It has links to everything, including a link to this show when it's running. Oh my gosh. And also the YouTube one. I am at The Adequate on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am at Tobias The Adequate on TikTok and Tumblr. I am Matthew-Laguerre on SoundCloud.com. THUD Bucket, which is the comedic, joke-based death metal band that myself and Ron Dorn of Absolute Darkness and the 70,000 Tons of Metal Cruise app, it's his, put this together, and we have it out there, and we're making some progress, we're making some traction. The album is called WTAF, and you can find it anywhere that has the word music in it, and Spotify. And if you listen to the entire album on Spotify, we get 1/100ths of a cent. Our goal is to make enough money on this so that we can buy a pizza. America. That's really everything. Thank y'all so much once again. Those of you who are going to be out there doing fairs and festivals, be safe, be careful. Be kind to yourselves, no matter what you're doing. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Stay warm, dry, and safe as much as you can. I will say the whole hit the like button, smash, subscribe, comment, rate, review, whatever, because that's what all the cool streaming media people do. But I'm a 53-year-old nerd with a ukulele and a silly hat, and I don't know if I qualify as a streaming media content creator in this day and age. I'm just some dork with a couple of funny songs, I guess. But I will do this until such time as we decide that it's time to do something different. And one day we will all be able to come together again, and I'll be able to actually watch the looks on your faces as you deal with what I'm performing. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. That's enough out of me. Y'all have been wonderful.